Back on trail. So that's a big group. They relocated from Grumpy Bears to the post office so they could have an early start this morning. And it's not quite so early. Same with the others. Cruise Control, Logan and Ginger Nuts are also doing the same thing, and they're still at the general store. So I'm not starting later than everyone else. Good morning. It is day 51. I have had 2 full zeros where I've done absolutely no exercise apart from walking from my tent to the restaurant to eat and back again. Had a wonderful time at Grumpy's and Triple Crown. So the day I walked the last little 6 miles, it was pretty flat. Saw a deer and then arrived at the road end and walked a mile to the general store, had breakfast, and then rang up Grumpy's and they gave me a ride to their place. Had some more food, went over to Triple Crown where there's free camping, had a shower, washed my clothes, and then spent the following 2 days relaxing and sorting out my gear. It's a big changeover from the desert, and now we're heading into the mountains, and we also have to carry a beer can, and I'll show you that maybe tonight. And it's a long leg, even longer because of the snow. So I've got 9.5 days food, and it's very energy dense, bland food. So it's all about the lightest, highest calorie food I could get. So my pack, it's big, and I've got my tent on the outside because it doesn't fit in. Yeah, so today I'm gonna walk till quite late because I want to make as many miles as I can before I hit the snow, because I'm going to slow right down in the snow. The weather was pretty crappy for sort of a day and a half, but today absolutely beautiful. So hopefully this is melting the snow that fell in the hills over the last couple of days. Groups have been leaving, sort of 4 or 5 a day. Today there's a lot more. There's that big group, I think it's 6 or 7, that just left ahead of me, and I know Cruise Control Logan and Ginger Nuts are behind me. There's another girl also intending to leave. I think there might be a couple of others, so quite a few people on the trail, which is pretty cool. Hopefully they'll all put nice footprints through the snow for me. Yeah, so excited to be back on trail, and to get away from the constant talk about the snow and the gear, and I've had people telling me I'm an idiot for going by myself without knowing my experience, and I did carefully consider my decision to go by myself and weighed up the advantages and disadvantages, and for me there's more advantages, so that's why I'm doing it. If I need to turn back, then I am prepared to turn back. Yeah, it's not do or die, it's a controlled risk for what I'm doing. But what a beautiful day to start. Look at that. So good to be back on trail. I weighed my pack, and it is 40 pounds, which is 18 kilograms. And that's with 1 litre of water. Thankfully there's lots of water on this section, so it's a pretty heavy pack. And while it's the weight will go down as I eat, unfortunately the bulk won't, because the beer can doesn't shrink. It's quite nice. We're starting relatively flat just to let me warm up after my multiple zeros, but there will be a lot of climbing today, and it's just steady gaining altitude while still going up and down. So we are in the mountains, so it will be hilly, but absolutely beautiful views. So we're in a real bowl here, surrounded by the hills. And the river's just below now. We'll walk along the river a bit before we start the big climb up. And you're pleased to know I now have the little fluffy wind prevention things on my camera. After the 4th attempt I finally have received them, so they're stuck there. So hopefully you won't get as many wind noises as you have in the past. Oh, good. Nearly out of the bowl. There's absolutely no wind and it's really, really hot. I'm sweating just walking on the flat, so it'll be good to be in the trees. Yes, in the lovely shade of these trees. It's the Kennedy Meadows campground up there. It's ginger balls ahead, just past me. I was seeing some very weird footprints, and this is what the footprints were.
Time to go.
I am glad we've got a bridge. That's a lot of snow melt. It's funny because I'd been seeing these footprints, and too big for a deer, too small for an elk, and slightly weird shape. Had me very confused until I saw those llamas. Earlier I bumped into a guy. He was heading back. He got caught up in the storms and had to sit it out and ran out of gas, so he has to return back.
And how are you storing your food, Becky and Samuel?
So that was the first ranger encounter. He wanted to see our PCT permit. And was asking about our beer can and whether we could fit all of our food in it. So they are out here checking. Now out of the forest and going through an area with quite a bit of fire damage. This area was hit with 3 big fires over the last 20 years. It's part of the stream, but I'll wait till I get to the running part. The ranger said there was a lot of fire damage, so here's the start of it. A lot of blowdowns, rather. See, all the army obstacle courses and navy obstacle courses come in handy.
Wow.
So that was a river crossing over the logs and up there. Alright, now keep going up. Oh, making my way up to the saddle up there. Just going through some big patches of butterflies. I thought I'd gone past all the butterflies, but nope, they're still around. I seem to like the bushes with the pink flowers. I finally reached the top. I just stopped and had lunch, so now it's well, very slight downhill, more flat for a few miles, and then even bigger hill. So we're at 8,000 feet, so I think it's about 2,300 meters, and we're heading up to 10,000 feet. I'm not sure if we'll get all the way there today, but we'll see. So I've done 10 miles, which is 16 kilometers, which isn't too bad considering it's been mainly uphill. And yeah, surprisingly, the pack is feeling much better than it did when I came out of Te Hachapi. I think the weight is actually pretty similar, but the difference is the centre of gravity is much better. The beer can has actually made it so that it carries a lot better. It's actually very comfortable at the moment, which is a relief. Some of the others have been really struggling to try and get their packs comfortable. Yeah, so morning done, now the afternoon. Oh, there it is! First patch of snow of the Sierras. I'm going to be completely sick of that sight shortly, but for now, woohoo! No worries about water when the trail is right beside this cute little stream. There it is. Tomorrow, I'll probably be up in that. This line doesn't say anything, it's just got shapes. I have left the flats and now we're going up and over a small hill. Small compared to what we went up this morning. And then we should drop down to a creek or a river. Hey, at the top of this little hill. And down the other side, we're at 2,400 metres here. So I drop down slightly and then there's a big hill to climb. I haven't looked at the map to see which one of these big hills it is. Yes, downhill now. Someone forgot to tell the cactus they're not in the desert anymore. So heading down to the stream, and then we're going to be heading up the valley and staying below that snowy peak and going around it. There's the river down there. There was a sign for a bridge, so my fingers are crossed that there actually is a bridge, because that's a big wide river. Hey, nice bridge over this river. Cute little sign. So we're going up the side of that hill. That's where the trail is, but it's too wide. So I'm just going upstream to jump across. Oh, this has been a hard day. So I've got my heavy pack, and today it's just been climbing and climbing. I'm now at 2,500 metres, and I've done around 18 miles. So I'd like to do another 2. Still, it's just turned 4, so I've got plenty of time. I'm just going to take it easy. But yes, this is hard work, heavy pack, altitude, and hills. Whew. Still climbing. I've come from right out there in this last little bit. That last bit was quite steep. Now into a rocky area, and there's snow below me. Just a little blockage over the trail. That river crossing was a bit awkward. As I jumped across, my foot cramped. It's the first time I've had cramp. I only had one thing of electrolyte, so I think I'm going to need to take another electrolyte before I go to bed. Try and replace that magnesium. Yeah. So, still climbing. We went through patches of snow, but we've cleared out, but you can see down there were quite a few patches of snow. But woohoo, look how just sheer that rock is. Yeah, so still making my way up the hill. So this is my beer can. I've made a little compartment because it needs coins to open up, but it's actually extremely easy to open up. Yeah, so this is the beast that I've been carrying around, and it's got all of my food less tonight's.